welcome to Down to Earth. I'm Daphne Richards. Our question this week is, how do seeds work? Well, first, seeds are tiny packets of carbohydrates plus a tiny future plant. The first thing that all seeds need is pretty obvious. They need water to germinate. And when water and oxygen are taken up, the plant embryo can begin respiration and can digest the carbohydrate food packaged with it in the seed. And then it can begin to grow. Some seeds are large, such as pumpkin seeds, and should be planted deeply so that they have plenty of space to expand before they emerge from the soil, while other seeds are so tiny that they require light to germinate. If these seeds don't sense light, they won't germinate because they have virtually no stored carbohydrates, hence their tiny size. And so they must have the sun to begin immediate photosynthesis in order to grow. Some seeds need warm temperatures to germinate, and we think of those as our warm season plants: tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, marigolds, and others, while some seeds need cooler temperatures: lettuce, spinach, and onion. These temperature-sensitive seeds use temperatures to gauge the time of year so that they can be sure that it's the right time to grow. Our plant this week is golden groundsel, Packera obovata. This Central Texas plant is a great flowering ground cover for shady areas of your landscape, but it also does quite well in morning sun. It's a perennial that spreads by running above ground stems that form plantlets on their ends when they touch the soil. Lawn grasses grow in the same manner, so you know that this plant should fill an area in nicely and quickly. Another great thing about golden groundsel is that with a little water through the winter, it's usually evergreen, so it gives some color to our otherwise brown winter yards. And then in very early spring, this plant bursts into growth and becomes covered in cute little yellow daisy-like flowers. Being evergreen and flowering so early, this plant is a great source of pollen for our struggling bee population before other flowers begin to emerge. This plant has survived some of the coldest and hottest and driest and wettest Central Texas seasons on record. So if you have some bare spots now, and who doesn't, give it a try. Our pet this week comes from Eve. This is Taffeta, a young Tennessee fainting goat. She and her sisters contribute nanny berries to Eve's organic garden. The manure is a natural, slow-release source of nutrients for the soil. Eve writes, "I get love and affection from my goats as well as good food from my garden. Who could ask for more?" And why they are called fainting goats. When startled, their legs freeze for 10 seconds. Young goats fall over and look dead, and mature goats figure it out by spreading their legs or leaning against something when they feel faint. Thanks, Eve and Taffeta. To do in your garden this week, if you have a lawn that you'd like to reinvigorate after our hottest Central Texas summer on record, start to water it now and give it a light dose of fertilizer this week. A little care now and through the winter will go a long way next summer toward helping your lawn through the harsh summer times. We'd love to hear from you. Please visit klru.org/ctg to send us your questions, plants, and pets of the week.